Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Josh, and this is your stimulus check update for the next stimulus package for Sunday, January 16th. I hope everyone is off to a good and safe start to their Sunday so far. In this video, I'll be discussing updates in regards to the current relief package and the third stimulus check. I'll also be discussing the $2,000 direct payments, how Joe Biden may react to Republican opposition to his proposal, and then I'll be wrapping up this video by answering some of the comments and questions that I received in my previous video. But first, if you wouldn't mind real quickly liking this video, give me a big thumbs up. It really just helps with the YouTube algorithm in terms of pushing this video out to other viewers like you, and hopefully helping other people like you as well. Okay, so with Joe Biden pushing his $1.9 trillion relief plan, despite already facing so much opposition from Republicans, the only question is how quickly they'll try to pass this bill through Congress under budget reconciliation. Passing a bill under budget reconciliation, as mentioned, would allow for them to pass a bill through Congress with only a simple majority, rather than needing 60 votes. Considering that we're unlikely to see even a single Republican approve this much spending, more than double the last bill, then at most, this one would only receive 50 votes in the Senate. These 50 votes would need to consist of all Democrat votes, with Kamala Harris being the tiebreaker. Of course, even receiving 50 votes on this bill may prove to be difficult, as there are some moderate conservative Democrats, such as Joe Manchin, who may balk at this deal. Manchin has already come out on multiple occasions saying that he would not support an increase in the direct payments up to $2,000 unless they were targeted to people who really needed them the most. If they were to fall a vote short, they may be pressured into significantly decreasing the amount of money spent in the next relief package by either targeting the stimulus checks or even lowering them. On the flip side of things, we have some other lawmakers very far on the left, such as Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Cori Bush, and Ilhan Omar, all calling for the direct payments to be an additional $2,000, not just $1,400. Their argument is, if we promise the residents of Georgia that if they voted for the two Democrats running in the Senate, that they would receive $2,000, then we should give them $2,000. This is true. Joe Biden did make a promise that we'll receive $2,000 direct payments if Georgia voted for Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, so by failing to deliver on that promise, Americans have every right to be mad. So there will definitely be some internal tension in the Democrat Party over how much spending should be had in this next relief bill. This could end up potentially delaying the bill even more, and we'll just have to wait and see how long Joe Biden gives Republicans to get on board with this plan as well. As mentioned, he's already facing a great pushback from Republicans. In a statement, Kevin Brady said, "President-elect Biden launches yet another economic blind buffalo that does nothing to save Main Street businesses, get people back to work, or strengthen our economy. Special interest and liberals are cheering. The jobless and Main Street are left shaking their heads." So Brady believes this still does nothing to help the unemployed and won't be able to help our economy in any way. Being that Joe Biden has served in the Senate for 36 years, from 1973 through 2009, he's fully used to how this divide works, and we can only hope that he'll bring more bipartisanship to the table. By failing to get Republicans on board with this plan and unifying lawmakers as he promised he would, it would only be a sign of things to come. Even if they do pass this bill under budget reconciliation with 0 Republican votes, it'll further show the divide between the two parties. This will make it even more difficult to pass legislation in the future. So it should be really interesting to see how all this plays out and what Biden will do, or won't do for that matter, to appease Republicans enough to get 10 of them on board with this plan. While there is a very strong chance this relief package does get passed, it just depends on which method they do it and what the bill will look like in the end. With that said, in the meantime, all we can continue to do is hang in there, stay strong, and hope for the best. Okay, so at this point in time, I'm going to move right along to answering some of the comments and questions that I received in my previous video. And if you do have any other comments or questions for me, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I do try to answer as many of the comments and questions as I possibly can. But for those comments and questions I'm not able to respond to, I do try to pick some of the more popular ones to answer in the next video in video form. Okay, so without further ado, let me go ahead and jump into the first comment of today's video, which is from Eva. Eva says, if we do get the $1,400 passed, but you change bank accounts, then how will you get the $1,400? By then, taxes may already be done. Okay, thank you so much for your question, and if you've changed banks since you received your first direct payment, the IRS may actually allow for you to update that information for the third stimulus check. Even though they didn't allow any updates on the most recent one and are asking for us to simply claim the $600 as a credit on our tax returns, if we changed it, it's possible they'll not be as rushed the next time around. So I would definitely expect, unless they pass it in the next few weeks, for them to give us a chance at changing that information. However, in the case that they don't allow for us to change the information, if you've already filed a tax return, then what you'll need to do is go back and file an amended tax return, which is Form 1040X. With an amended tax return, you can go back and claim the extra $1,400 as a credit in order to receive your money. Okay, moving along to the next question of today's video, which is from James. James says, "Morning Josh, if the $1,400 is approved, will I get it since I didn't receive the $600? Okay, thank you so much for your question, James, and that completely depends on the reason why you didn't receive the $600. If you didn't receive the $600 because your income was too high in order to be eligible, then you wouldn't be eligible to receive the $2,000 either. On the other hand, if you were ineligible to receive the $600 because you were claimed as a dependent and you're older than the age of 17, then you would be eligible to receive the full $2,000. Of course, that's if and only if they pass the bill as it's being proposed now and they don't change it to exclude dependents over the age of 17. With that said, I'll definitely make sure to keep you updated one way or another. Alright, moving along to the next question of today's video, which is from Chris. Chris says, "My son is a college student and still lives at home. I claim him as an adult dependent. He nor I received the $1,200 or $600 stimulus check. So I'm confused on how to file this year. Should I claim him or not, because it really benefits and helps me if I claim him, yet I want him to get all the stimulus checks he should receive. What should I do?" Okay, thank you so much for your question, Chris, and whether or not you continue to claim your son is completely up to you. However, if you decide not to claim him on your tax returns this year, then he'll be able to, so far, claim $1,800 in tax credits on his tax returns. Also, if you haven't received any of the money so far, and you're eligible to receive it, then you should be able to claim that amount as well. Of course, as I mentioned, you would need to make sure that you're eligible to receive the money and you didn't earn too much money. With that said, considering that you can only earn a non-refundable credit of up to $500 for each dependent over the age of 17, it would seemingly make more sense to not claim him so he could receive the $1,800. However, as I said, that decision is completely up to you. Okay, moving along to the last question of today's video, which is from Aaron. Aaron says, "Hey Josh, I was wondering if you know how some people will get a paper check or a direct deposit. Is there an option to get a debit card for the stimulus check?" Okay, thank you so much for your question, Aaron, and the method in which you'll receive the $600 direct payment will be the same method in which you received the first one. This will, in most cases, be the method in which you received your most recent tax refund. Or if you updated your bank account information through the payment portal for the first round of direct payments, this would be the same bank in which you receive the next payment as well. However, if you chose to have your first stimulus payment sent to you in the mail, this would be the method in which you'd receive your next payment as well. In this case, whether or not you'd receive a check in the mail or a debit card in the mail is completely random. Per the IRS website, they said that you cannot choose between a check or a debit card, and some people who received a check in the first round may end up receiving a debit card this time around, or vice versa. With that said, if you're not sure which method you'll receive the $600 in, I'd highly recommend checking the payment portal, which will be your #1 resource in finding out exactly when you should expect to receive your payment. Furthermore, if you have any other questions after checking the payment portal, you can always contact the IRS at 1-800-919-9835, and the only recommendation that I have for you is to call just a little bit earlier in the day just to avoid those longer hold times. Alright, so on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. If you did enjoy the content in this video and you'd like to see more videos like it, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. It is completely free to do so, and it's a great support to me. Also, if you'd like to receive 4 free stocks from Webull, with 2 of them valued all the way up to $1,600 each, or 1 free stock from Robinhood just for signing up, please feel free to claim those free stocks by clicking the link in the description box below. And finally, if you join Rakuten with my referral link in the description box below and spend at least $20, Rakuten will give you $20 cash back. This means you can buy an item through Rakuten with one of their referral links, such as Nike, for $20, which would be right around $22 after tax, and Rakuten will give you $20 just for making that purchase. This is just an incredible deal that I would love for everyone to take advantage of. Okay, so until next time, I'll see you guys, and I hope you have a great day today.